back to the channel if you're new here. Hi, how you doing? How's your mom and them? So around here, we start our projects with the utmost confidence. And sometimes it ends in regret, but then we just start another project with utmost confidence. Today we're getting into some stuff. I've been slowly rolling out the luxury look in my double wide trailer this year. You guys have seen it. It's been all over my YouTube page. Luxury is my word for the year. And I'm having so much fun doing different stuff that I thought I could never do. I was always afraid I'd never be good at anything other than farmhouse. But I come to realize over the 5 years I've been decorating in front of a boatload of people on YouTube that it's really subjective. Decor is really subjective. You may do things you absolutely love that others absolutely detest. But if you love it, then you find so much joy in it. And so my level of confidence when it comes to being on YouTube is a godly thing because I mess up so much. I mess up like there's no way an absolute confident person could still be confident after all the times I've messed up. So it's really a gift from God. I like to just mess around and play with stuff until I get it how I like it. And then guess what? I might not like it for a really long time. That's okay. That's all right. We just switch it up again. I do a lot of things on a budget. I do a lot of things in a cheaper way because I know myself better than anybody. And that way I know if I want to change it later, I can do it without breaking the bank. And most of the time I can build off something I already have. It's very rare that I replace something entirely unless I just absolutely don't like it. Which brings me to today's video. Today we're playing with cabinet knobs and light fixtures. Now, are cabinet knobs life-changing? No. Are cabinet knobs exciting? Not for a lot of people. But do cabinet knobs emotionally damage you when they're ugly? In my case, that has been so. Because I just keep thinking of these particular cabinet knobs I want, and I'm like, I picked black, but I want gold now. Because apparently Merina's in the year of luxury. I spray paint everything. My pretty black farmhouse windows you see throughout my house, they're spray painted. They're not actually black windows. That was way out of my budget. I spray painted them and it worked out beautifully. But I thought about spraying the cabinet knobs and I thought, okay, my kitchen's heavily used. You don't get like 280 pounds. Because I lost weight. I used to would have to say like 350. You don't get 280 pounds, okay? By not spending time in your kitchen. So the kitchen is heavily used by me and a lot of others in the house. That being said, I don't know if I would trust spray painted knobs that are constantly being, used, constantly being touched, constantly being pulled. I don't know if I would spray paint kitchen knobs. Now, in one of my last videos, I spray painted my bookshelf knobs, but those aren't really heavily used. We don't get in there a lot. There's not food getting on them. They're not having to get cleaned as often as like a kitchen knob would have to get cleaned. You gotta wash your cabinet knobs more often in your kitchen than you do like on your bookshelf. So I don't know if I would trust spray painting the knobs. So I thought it over and I was like, how can I do this in a way where I'm not gonna be out of necessarily a lot of money? Because cabinet knobs are not cheap. Not when you get them from big box stores like Lowe's or Home Depot or something. So I was like, how can I change out the knobs in my kitchen without being out anything really? Then I remembered I have a little nanny that gets so excited when I have something to give away. And she needs cabinet knobs right now. So these black cabinet knobs, I called her this one. I said, Nanny, I'm thinking about switching over my cabinet knobs to the gold ones. And she said, can I have them? And I was like, you're just the person I was thinking about giving them to. I wasn't going to give them to nobody else unless it was like, donating them. So Nanny's getting her some new knobs and I'm getting me some new knobs and we're both gonna be happy. I'll update you guys on my budget for the kitchen. I told you guys I spent around $50 something of about a $100 budget. And whenever we went shopping together the other day, me and you, I took y'all shopping with me, which I don't do very often, but I brought y'all shopping with me and I told you I have around $50 of a budget that I could do for the kitchen. The knobs do not fall in that budget. So the knobs were a last minute idea I had and I was like, can I make this happen? I can make it happen, but that wasn't a part of the budget. The part of the budget though, this was a part of the budget. This right here, this was a part of the budget. This is what I was needing, exactly what I was wanting for above the window there. These right here, I will put the price. I can't remember how much I paid for it. I found this at the Home Depot though, and I was looking for it, couldn't find it anywhere else specifically because I wanted gold. But you can't just get this, so I didn't just spend whatever price I have here. I also had had to get a shade for it. And there were really expensive ones, really cheap ones, and I got a middle-priced one. I thought this was really pretty, and I thought it would be good for that size. I'm looking at it now. I'm hoping it's not too big, but I think we can make it work. I want simple but elegant. I'm not very elegant myself, but salt and pepper shakers was another thing I had to add into my budget. They were this price right here. I think $20, which I was sick over and I was mad about, but I could not find any of the ones I've seen people get from TJ Maxx or even at Ross. I couldn't find any electric ones, and I really didn't want stainless steel. I didn't want stainless steel, but this is what Walmart had, and this is what I'm going to be working with. I might get spray paint these, I don't know. If I get a wild hair one of these days, y'all will be the first to know. You always are. But I also said I'd update you guys on the salt and pepper shakers I went with, so these are the ones that we're going with. We might spray paint them, actually. I don't know yet. The confidence slowly wears off throughout the DIY, whatever it may be. So we'll see when we get to this if I still feel like, if I still got that wild hair. And then I was not planning to buy this at all, but I walked by this in Walmart when I was on my way to, that doesn't make sense, but I was on my way to get these, and I walked by this because we had to make a pit stop in the toys because kids, and I walked through the decor, which I knew it was a mistake, but I saw this and I had a literal fit. I had a literal fit over this. I don't know. I got this at Walmart. I didn't see nothing that compared to this at Hobby Lobby, nowhere I went. Walmart, I had a literal fit. I think it is, not probably, absolutely, the most gorgeous, I'm going to call it a vase because it looks fancy, the most gorgeous vase I've ever owned in my life.
Nana's going to try to steal that.
Nana is going to try to steal it. And Nana will probably steal it. I'll have to probably go find Nana one. But I absolutely, I don't know what greenery we're putting in this. We don't know. We'll get there. I'll find out when y'all find out. But this is so beautiful. This is so beautiful. This was around $20. It's so beautiful though, and I do not regret this at all. I think it's gonna look beautiful, and I think it's gonna look beautiful in the kitchen. Amazing! Did you hear that vibrato? Did you hear that? Amazing grace, how sweet. Duncan loves it. You love it. All right. As per usual. On the Fearfully Created channel though, before we get to anything fun, we've got to clean because there's always a mess to be cleaned around here. Stuff and things are everywhere. Stuff and things. Looks a little bit crazy over here. I don't know what we have against cabinet doors being shut. This is a mess. My stove has not been properly cleaned in too long. I have overflowing trash down here. I've got overflowing dishes right here. I don't even feel like showing y'all the floor. Y'all can kind of get a peek at it behind me there. I don't even feel like showing y'all the floor. So before we start installing anything and updating anything, we need to get it clean in here because I'm not about to install beautiful new things in a house that looks like it gave up a long time ago. Let me tell you what I did. So you guys saw the floor behind me, right, towards the laundry room. So I got the laundry sauce, like laundry box, and I fell in love with that scent, and I was so excited to do laundry, and I was like, heck yes. Well, I spent a whole daggone evening sorting laundry because I was so excited to wash clothes and that stuff, and then I went to bed and left the sorted laundry in the floor. That was my first mistake. If you have kids, if you have dogs, and if you have a high trafficked area like that particular area in my home, that's probably the most trafficked area in my house because we're constantly letting the dogs out the back door back there, then that is the worst possible place you could sort laundry to begin with. But then to leave sorted laundry, that's the worst possible place to leave sorted laundry. So when I woke up and got going the next day, I had all of this unassorted laundry to resort again. I'd like to think I got better with homemaking over the years. I tell y'all that a lot. I have y'all to thank for a lot of that. Jesus and you guys have got me so far in my homemaking journey. It's not even funny. But even so, I still make some of the dumbest decisions. Decisions that if I just did not make those, I could be 500 steps forward, but instead I take 500 steps back. So the only thing I know to do is learn from it. And I find that the whole reason I've come to like doing housework, not really like, that's a very optimistic word. I don't just enjoy, right? It's not just a hobby of mine to like clean dirty stuff and do housework and stuff like that. It's still like a chore, but I don't view it so much as a chore in a negative way. You could say I've come to tolerate the housework, and because of that, I found the silver lining in the housework, and that is the way Jesus can speak through the messes, the stains, the dirt, the grime. I learn a lot of lessons, and it might not even be lessons pertaining to housework, but I still learn a lot of lessons. He still teaches me a lot of stuff, uses a lot of metaphors and stuff whenever I'm cleaning my house. So unlike before, when I just absolutely detested it and didn't want to do it and dreaded it, I don't do that anymore. And it's not necessarily, to be completely honest with you guys, it's not that I just look forward to it, but I see it as an opportunity to hear from God. You know, like I see it as an opportunity for him to fix some things in me, to show me some areas I slack in, to teach me through the dirt and grime and stains and mess and all that stuff. I see it as an opportunity to better myself. So I don't hate it no more, surprisingly. That being said, I'm still not very good at it. I'm just better at it than I used to be. So I need to get better, and I need to make better decisions, like not sorting laundry in a highly trafficked area within my home and then leaving it overnight. Right now, I'm washing down the cabinets because I want to get them nice and clean before we put these new knobs on here. And then I'm going to bag up the old knobs and put them in a big old Glad bag for Nanny, because Nanny's going to pop over here. You guys are going to see her soon. She's coming over here with bells on because she's excited to get her new cabinet knobs. Last year, at the end of last year, I got all of my laundry down, and I showed you guys I was so happy about it, and I maintained it for a little while, but throughout the holidays and everything that was going on, you guys know this was one of the busiest holiday seasons I've ever had. Through all that, I completely lost control of the laundry situation. So now I'm going through it and I'm redoing it, and I'm going back to where I started and doing the steps all over again and re-washing and refolding, re-putting away. I'm also still decluttering as I go throughout the piles, and I wash them and I kind of go through, fold them, see if there's anything that might not fit the kiddos anymore, or that is just completely worn out, or maybe I don't see them wearing a lot. I'm trying to go through and sort in a smart way because I don't want to keep all the clothes that we have. We have a lot of clothes. There are a lot of us in here, and we do need a lot of change of clothes. We go through like 2 pairs of clothes a day, especially for whichever one of us is doing animal chores for the day. Then we go through we go through our pajamas, then our animal chores clothes, and then regular clothes, and that's 3 outfits a day basically. So we go through a lot of clothes, and I need to have a lot of clothes on hand. I just don't need to have this much that goes unworn. The most important thing to me is wearing all the clothes that we have, and if we're not wearing it, we don't need to keep it. I got one of these for Shane's mom for Christmas, and I loved it. I fell in love with it, and I went down to a different Walmart that I've never been to, and I don't go to because it's out of town. And so when I saw it, I was like, man, I'm thinking about getting me one too. If mine has it, then I'll probably grab it. So I went into my Walmart. They had one left, and I was like, it's meant to be. I love this thing. It's so pretty. I like the colors. I like how it's simple. It still kind of flows with all the decor and stuff, and I'm always in need of a wax warmer because I'm always warming wax. I'm always warming wax around here. So the one that I had in here, it's going to go in the first living room, and then I'm going to move that one over that's in the first living room to the kitchen. And I got me some of these. They're Better Homes and Garden. Honestly, I did not even realize they were Better Homes and Garden until I got home, and I was like, what is BHG? And then I looked, and it says Better Homes and Garden. Duh, Merina. I saw that, and I was like, I ain't never seen this packaging before, so I wanted to get a couple of them to try. And these were my favorite scents that I found at Walmart that were available. They were like $1.97, so they were really affordable, which usually Better Homes and Gardens, they're pretty affordable. But I liked those scents, so I got those to try, and I liked them. They smelled up the house really good, and they lasted a while. So those are probably going to be some that I still reach for when I go to the store or I do a grocery pickup. I'll look and see if there's any new scents, any scents I want to try, stuff like that, because I like trying out new wax melts. That's a little mini joy throughout my day, is whenever I pop a wax melt in the wax warmer. I like finding little things like that within my day that brings me a whole lot of joy, right? More joy than what it's worth, basically. I like finding little things like that and running with it, because who would have think that a wax melt would bring me joy? I don't even know why it brings me joy, but I just love trying out new wax melts. So I'm going to keep an eye on that brand. I'm going to do a load of dishes here. I won't be able to fit all this in the dishwasher, but I need to get a lot of this out of the way so that when Shane goes to hang our new pendant light above the sink here, I won't have all of this dishes mess piled up. It'll still be piled up, but not as bad. I mentioned earlier about me speaking to God a lot throughout my homemaking and like how that's kind of become sort of a form of worship for me. And it sounds odd, it sounds weird, and people in church would probably look at me like I'm crazy, but it has become sort of a worship sort of thing for me. So if you pay attention to my face here while I'm doing dishes, you'll see a lot of emotions cross my face, and that's because in my head I'm like going through things that I'm talking to God with internally, and I'm like praying, and I'm giving him my worries and my cares, and it's written all over my face. And the whole time I've got worship music going on, and I've got worship music from like Zonti, which is like worship rap, to like literally wow, that's so gospel, like volume 22 or something, where it had like the old gospel music to Gaither gospel, like whatever it is. If it has Jesus in it, if we're singing about the same Jesus, then I'm good, I'm golden. And my worship playlist is all over the place, but I have it going as I'm doing housework and as I'm doing dishes and stuff, just to keep me centered and to keep me in the to create a sort of atmosphere around me, because it can be chaotic in my brain, but when I have that on around me, it's like peaceful. We've been having some issues with our dishwasher too, and so Shane had to pull it out, and then we put it back under there, and he put a piece of wood in between it and the countertops to leave it sort of accessible back in there in case we need to get back there to it, because it's having some weird things going on. Right now it's working okay, but it has its moments, and we need to be able to get back in there if we need to.
All right, you see that light? That light that I put up there. When did we put that up there? Last summer? Was that last summer? I think it was last summer.
It's a little unique.
That light? Well, this one don't like that light.
No, it's not that. Like, if you'll remember, if you've been here, you'll know that this is not centered. But it's okay. we're gonna leave it the way it is.
It's centered.
It's not, Shane. It is not. It's not centered over the window. No, that's not. See, that's how it got that centered.
No, look at that. Look at
way.
that. It's centered.
It's not centered, but it has a little piece of Shane in it. Shane's not centered either. Now, I know I'm going crazy with the gold right now, and it's not that I'm just going to overdo gold in here. Right now I'm spending time adding golden accents to the house, and then we'll move on, and it'll just be sort of an accent. But right now I'm trying to change the whole accent in my house to gold. So I thought this gold pendant light would kind of play off the new gold cabinet knobs that we're putting in here.
Every single one. I guarantee you I turned off the Wi-Fi. Kids are going to beat the far out of me. Them things are not... Yep.
Uh-oh, here it comes. Hold on.
Is everything okay? Is everything okay? My room, my room started flashing. That's after us. And my lights were going, they were starting to flicker. I was like, what the heck?
Yeah, Daddy was trying to figure out what light thing this was.
You need to add new stickers.
Hey, you're not wrong. You're not wrong.
Were you in the middle of that? Shane's. Uh-oh.
I saw that coming.
You know that I lie when I say that I'm fine, 'cause you know me like that. You know me better than anyone I know. Yeah, you know I need space, a little time for myself when I'm stressed and upset. You know me better than anyone I know. Darling, we have been to hell and back. That's how I know this is forever. All these years, every single tear, all the regrets and promises. We've been until we break. We keep crashing down, but baby, we got up. Yeah, look at us now. After all these years, yours and mine, it's you and I.
These are the gold knobs that I picked out. They were the cheapest that I could find at the big box stores. Home Depot was outrageously priced when it came to the golden knobs, and they didn't have the look I was going for. These came from Lowe's, and they were just simple. So Shane's going through, and he's putting them on the cabinets, and funny thing is he was just going to literally use one screw and screw them on like that, but like I said, God speaks to me through cleaning. God speaks to Shane through his handiwork in the house. And God was like, integrity, Shane. Like, they need to work properly. They need to be put on like they're supposed to be put on. So he went back through every single cabinet and put the second screw.
I'm gonna run my
No.
Why?
Do you like Kit Kats or Moo Pies?
Well, I don't think I can't buy you and stuff.
I just can't. It's part of the rules, Nana.
The rules that I can't buy you and stuff.
Nanny used to help us so much when we were poor that now we do not allow her to do anything for us money-wise because we feel like we owe her the world, and I will never pay her back for half the stuff emotionally, financially, the things she did for me when we were dirt poor. So the kids are adamant on her never buying them anything, and all they asked for Christmas from her this year was homemade Christmas cards with her little houses on it because they love the way she draws her little houses and her little cars.
When did that happen?
So we got about for you.
Yeah.
No, you just bought for me. You want a 2-liter? What you want?
Nothing.
Now, Jay,
I
I know better.
I want a 2-liter full of hugs.
I forgot your cards. Oh, shoot.
Find like something.
Oh, shoot.
Poor Nana. I forgot. Yes, I have worked hard for against the life.
What, did you actually do the house thing?
That's what you wanted.
Yay!
My little car. And Crody cracks up at it.
Your house.
Then your car that looks like a canoe.
Yeah, that is pretty bad.
That's
I want to know why these stores put these big old stickers on the things like this, because I have spent an hour at this point trying to get the sticker off with a silicone razor and like water and oil, vegetable oil. I tried so many things. It took me forever to get the stickers off of that cutting board. I just want to know why. They did the same thing to my mirror, and I still have a big old patch of sticker residue on my brand new mirror that I love so much because I don't know how to get it off. It's just stuck there, and it's there for God and everybody to see, and it drives me bonkers. I'm moving some stuff here in the kitchen. I don't want to crowd up the countertops too much. I'm just adding some things here and there to bring it all together. Listen, I used to go through Nana and Mama's purse when I was in church. They'd be looking for little pieces of gum. Nana always would break the pieces of gum in half.
Like this?
And then you'd find a lint-covered piece of gum on the bottom of her purse.
Like
And you'd
this?
eat it, and it would taste like perfume.
Oh, I bet it did, Ring.
Every time. I ended up not spray painting the salt and pepper shakers. I'm trying to set them up here, but the way I did these joint compound bricks, they would not sit anywhere on this thing except for right in the center, which is where I needed the picture I bought for this area to go. So I ended up having to take these off here completely and put them on the side whenever I put the picture up here. I was trying to get them to sit anywhere but the center, and that is the only place that they would sit. So I'm going to put this picture up here I got from Hobby Lobby. You guys saw that picture the last time, I believe. I was going to spray paint around the edges gold, but I felt like I'm overdoing that gold if I do that. So I just left it simple, left it how it was, and let the cabinet knobs and the light fixture talk for itself. You'll notice an area around the light fixture that isn't painted. It isn't the color that my ceiling is, and I didn't paint it because I don't know if I'm keeping that color or not. I told you guys I didn't know if that would go too well with the ceiling color or not. I may end up painting the ceiling color more like neutral color, or I don't know, just a different color, because I feel like it goes together with that, you know, Oyster Bay color, but I don't think it really complements each other. I think it could work. I just don't know if it works amazingly, if that makes sense. So I'm going to go back and forth, kind of spend the week looking at it to see if maybe painting the ceiling is something that I might want to think about doing. And if I end up keeping the ceiling that color, then I'll go through and touch up the paint around the light fixture. I just don't want to do that if I'm not for sure that it's staying that way. Like I said, I'm taking this opportunity to go through the house and add the gold accents, but I'm also building on top of things I've already done. So we've already did the ceiling. We just have to paint it if we wanted a different color. And then I've already got an area here to the right of the fridge. I already got an area done. We worked on it, but I might want to build on that. I have a few ideas that we might want to do there. The main goal for the next couple of months is to make sure we get the dining room, which is the first living room. We get it looking good, and we get a dining room table in there because we really need that to happen. Thank y'all for hanging out with me. I hope that you guys have a blessed morning. Even not, whatever it is, wherever you're at, know that I love you, but Jesus loves you so much more. I will see y'all in the next one.